Yeah.
See, all right, so I've worked really hard on like my sneaker game over the summer when we were doing the show, and then everybody started wearing slides in here, and I'm glad somebody else is like, all right, I'm not wasting my time.
Yeah, I was
working
gonna
on the
wear some
sneaker
slides,
game.
but last minute I just was like, let me put on some shoes.
I appreciate the effort.
No problem.
It means a lot, man. And speaking of effort, this past weekend finally happened. First career interception in Doak Campbell. Dude, let's just start there. What'd that feel like? Realizing, the ball's in your chest. Oh, ref signaling catch, plays over. What was that like?
It felt great to hear all the fans cheer. I hear them when I run down on punt, but just being able to go on defense, actually hear them cheering you on after a play, just felt great. So more of them to come. So I'm ready for this week coming up.
Yeah, and again, not to use the same segue twice, but again, talking about effort, that's something I feel like we see really consistently from you on the field this year, right? Like you're always down there on special teams. We're going to flush that targeting call. That was nonsense. That was whatever. Even the penalty this past week, Norvell even said his post-game presser, man, like that was just an effort. You were going to strip a ball out, threw a weird flag, but like you're constantly giving effort. Can you just talk about where's that drive and that constant motor come from? Is that just part of the culture of the DB room? Is that something maybe you've always had, or a little bit of both? You've always had it, and it's just kind of really come out here.
I'll say a little bit of both. Just a little edge I had since high school or Little League or any of the football or sports I played in general. But as on the other hand, like Coach Fuller, Coach Sertan, they emphasize that a lot. The little effort plays. We just run on the field for the periods. Every period we have running on the field, running to the hash before we get set for the play. So it's just the little things I could change the game in a little amount. So just taking shots at the ball, running, giving your all effort throughout the whole play. So Coach Fuller stays on me a lot for that. Sometimes when I first got here, my effort, like running to the ball, just was slacked a little bit. But as I kept maturing and growing and learning from all the older guys like KP and Shaw and all that, it just came with it.
Yep. And I guess it's just seeing, day after day how those little effort moments in practice translate to the game, right? Versus like, why are we really doing this? Is it really going to matter kind of thing?
Yeah, because everything does. Like what you put in that practice comes out that Fridays or the Saturdays when we play the game.
Yep. And Jay up, I'm going to get folks throw questions in. We kind of already asked this, but Ed Joseph, how do you feel about getting your first interception of your career? I'm going to steal that because we asked you how you feel, but can you walk us through the interception? I mean, walk us through how it went down and just,
To first start off, the receiver splits were wide. One of them had to come inside, so as he just started stemming inside, running his route, I just undercutted it. But as soon as I chose to undercut it, he just sat down right in the middle of the field like a little curl. So quarterback, as soon as I broke down with him, the ball was right in my eyes. So I dropped one last year, my first interception against Southern Miss. So I just made sure I secured this catch this time.
Was that the one in the end zone?
Yeah, I turned around. Yeah, so I just made sure the first thing I did was to secure that ball.
Yeah, that was speaking of, we had Blake here earlier, because wasn't that the same game where he had the one on the sideline and he was like barely out of bounds?
Yeah. So
that was a game of many almost interceptions, and now you're making them, man.
I captured it.
Yeah. Anthony Rodriguez asks, Ed, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Broward County, Florida, like South Florida. Tamarack, that's a specific city. That's where I grew up most of my life.
Yeah. And you went to Chaminade?
Yeah, Chaminade, Hollywood. So I ended up going there like my 9th grade summer. I started off at some school called Terravella. It was a public school in Coral Springs around my house. So then I ended up transferring.
Okay. And that's a good one. J-Up wants to know also, how do you feel getting compared to Jamie Robinson?
It feels great because, I came here, when I just come on visits, I used to watch him go out there, make plays and stuff. So just coming here and being able to make the plays I've already made so far and being able to be compared to Jamie Robinson, who's in the league, showing off his talents, it just feels great. So just keep on going now.
Now, you're obviously an ultra-competitive guy. I mean, we see it on the field. We've also seen it in practice. And, we talked about that effort. How do you kind of balance that, like, ultra-competitiveness, play into the whistle with, things like, when you get flagged? Like, how do you not let that – because, again, even Norvell was like, hey, that penalty's fine. That's an effort thing. How do you not let that kind of get in your head for next time?
I'll say my teammates played a big part in that. I mean, once I punched at the ball and it was a flag, I kind of hang my head a little bit, but
Yeah.
Pat came up to me, Shaw, KP, all of them boys came up to me and just told me, like, next play, like, we ain't mad at you for that. Even the coaches would told me, you good, like, don't even stress it. So after I heard that confirmation from them guys, I just put that play in the back of my head and got ready for the next play.
That's awesome, man. It's got to be critical, whether it's those moments or even when you get an interception, to have kind of that backing of knowing, like, all right, you're helping the team, but like having those guys be like, yeah, man, like that's.
Yeah, it feels great to have like a little support system behind you at all times, no matter what decisions you make. So
yeah, no, absolutely, man.
Good.
Jabril Rawls, I feel like I know that name from somewhere. I don't know. It sounds familiar. I'll think about it. What game are you most looking forward to?
Miami game. That's back at the crib in front of
Yeah.
everybody I grew up with, or just the fans from down south. A lot of people get to go to that game, and it's just a rivalry game against Miami, and that's a game I look forward to even before I got here. So, Miami game.
Yeah. Now, if we count the Miami Stadium as a home stadium, given recent performance and how many fans show up there, let's take Swaggy's question of which away stadium and who do you want to pick off for your career highlight reel? I think I see what he's asking.
Who I want to pick off?
Yeah.
Every team that we play, really. But for the stadium, I'll have to go with last year Clemson.
Okay.
That last year Clemson stadium was rocking.
Yeah.
It was loud. I couldn't even hear nothing. I was on the sideline. I couldn't hear nothing talking to anybody who I was talking to. So Clemson, that game right there, I probably look forward to playing next year or the years coming up, Clemson.
What's a better feeling, making an away stadium like that go completely silent, or hearing Doak absolutely go ballistic when you make a big play?
Right now, I'm gonna have to go with Doak. The way they got loud when they were backed up in the end zone.
Dude, that was nuts. I haven't heard that for a minute.
Yeah, I know. That's what. So
how much does that fire y'all up when you're on the field on defense and you just hear the stadium like that? Like,
it just makes you want to go make the play even more. Like, making a play after hearing that, how loud they get before the play even happens. Imagine how loud it gets when you make the play.
Yeah.
So that's what I think of when I hear all that chanting before we make the play. So I'll say Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
Dude, that was cool to see that. Fans, we really appreciate y'all's support. And say it, y'all, I was there as well yelling. Don't worry, they don't let me on the field to help with that aspect of it, but I can yell in the stands with y'all. And yeah, dude, that was cool. And look, that's y'all bringing the heat on defense. Having that lockdown defense Florida State fans are used to, seeing it on the field and being like, all right, let's all get into this thing is awesome. Robin Kelly, last one we'll throw up there. Who's the toughest receiver to go against?
I'll probably say all of them give us work, but who makes you think the most, I'll say right now, is Weezy.
Okay.
Shifty, real shifty. Like, he changes it up. He's not a robot with his routes. Like, he gonna give you a little extra juice at the top or even at the line of scrimmage. So, Weezy right now, Weezy.
Yeah, he seems like he's able to kind of do those little like release jabs real fluidly.
He real quick and his movement just sudden. Like, you got to real deal be on your P's and Q's with him. So I'll say Weezy.
Yeah,
and Weezy be going at it.
And if you let him score, like you might get hit with Weezy, and he's the only one with a dance named after him. So
Yeah, he gonna definitely after they score. Don't let him or Elijah score. They gonna start getting perky. So them two right there. So Elijah too. I'll say Elijah because he got a big frame. So
yeah, Elijah Moore, right?
Yeah, Elijah Moore. If you don't really get on him, chest to chest or none of that, it's gonna be a catch. His catch rate is crazy. So I'll say Elijah or Wayne.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, well, and look, man, it's cool to hear you say younger guys too, because I feel like the season's still early. We only played 4 games, and people may not be aware like how many of y'all young dudes have a ton of talent on this team right now, and like we're gonna see more and more of it as the year goes. So
for sure. So I expect to see them boys get their feet wet just like I did, and it's gonna come eventually. So the way they put in work during the week, throughout practice and stuff, one-on-ones and releases, I'll see them boys making plays, a lot of plays in the future.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, congratulations on the first career interception this past week. We know it's one of many to come, though. And, yeah, man, we're excited to see what you do for the rest of the season. So thanks for stopping by, bro.
No problem.